Am I the asshole? My brother woke me up extremely intoxicated at 5 am. He thinks I overreacted. Okay, so I'm 16, female, and I live with my dad and older brother 19. My older brother is a drinker. He will go out with his mates, get intoxicated to the point where he will get in the house at 3, 4, 5 am and create drunken shenanigans for about an hour. This is a regular occurrence. He frequently comes into my room and wakes me, which my dad has warned him not to do before. Last night for the millionth time he came in around 5 o'clock and woke me. He was babbling about something but wasn't making any coherent sense. I repeatedly told him to get out and he eventually did. I got up this morning and decided I had enough and told my dad to get me a lock for my bedroom so I can sleep in peace. Apparently he found out and came into my room and started insulting me, calling me a baby who always gets her way and a bitch. At that point I just told him to get out of my room. He seems to think I overreacted, but I don't think I should need to get a lock for my bedroom just to be able to sleep in my own house. I just want to be able to go to sleep and not be woken until my alarm. I genuinely don't understand what he's angry about. I just want a lock for my privacy. Did I overreact? Am I the asshole? Edit. My dad is dealing with the situation. He had a stern talk with my brother and plans to have an even sterner talk when he isn't hungover. He also agreed to not only buy the lock but put it in for me. He said that shit is gonna hit the fan in the next few days for my brother. Edit 2.0. Just wanted to say thanks for the honesty, advice and support. I really appreciate it. I see now that my brother is the asshole here, not me. Really appreciate you guys. I'll give you guys an update if anything else happens. Not the asshole. WTF. Your brother is insane to be upset at that. Your parents should have gotten you a lock months ago. Not the asshole. Your brother doesn't want to acknowledge his bad behavior, so he blames you for not tolerating it. He's deflecting his anger at himself onto you. He has a drinking problem and is trying to hide it by pretending his actions are normal. I would talk to your dad and brother and address his drinking issues. Thank you for the awards. Not the asshole. Your brother needs help for his drinking, and asking for a lock is not a big deal. NTA. And also, just cause he's drunk doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing. I hate when people use alcohol for a reason to be a holes. He should be respecting your privacy, and since he isn't, a lock makes sense. Not the asshole. Not only is his behavior awful, it's also creepy. I don't want any dude coming into my bedroom while I'm sleeping, not even my brother. Not the asshole. His behavior is inconsiderate at best, and you're not even demanding a stop to his drunken late-night nonsense, just a way to stop him from doing it in your room. It helps you, barely affects him, and he has no right or reasonable cause to be mad about it. Not the asshole. That is awful behavior on his part, and I hope your dad and him have a talk. Your brother may be an adult, but he's very immature. Not the asshole. I also see you are Irish, so am I. I'm in Donegal. Why is your brother out drinking with friends when we are in a lockdown? Tell him to cop on. Also, it's very strange and weird that he comes into your room when you are sleeping. Hope you get your lock. Not the asshole. He's one of those narcissistic assholes that believes that if he doesn't remember it, it doesn't matter. Just be aware, you are now a target and he will bash on your door as revenge for your overreaction. I would advise filming it. Whether you warn him that you'll put it on social media, actually put it on social media, or even go to the police with it, it's your decision. But it is a way of making him face up to the realities of his drinking. It's a consequence to his actions. Not the asshole. I've been in your situation of a drunk person just coming in multiple times. It is one of the most uncomfortable random experiences there is to wake up to someone like that, if not outward frightening. Your brother is major asshole for doing this to you and has a drinking problem. Not the asshole. You have the right to sleep in your own room. Not the asshole. But I don't think the lock is going to solve your problem of not being able to sleep when he's drinking. It's very likely that he's going to become aggressive when he finds the door locked and could attempt to break it down as he tries to get into your room and talk to you. Just be careful. Not the asshole. You're 16 and should have a privacy lock for your bedroom anyway. Not the asshole. Definitely didn't overreact. He needs to learn boundaries, drunk or not. I am sure he certainly wouldn't like to be constantly woken up by an intoxicated sibling. Therefore, a lock is a reasonable request and he has no leg to stand on. Not the asshole. Not that it matters for this question, but is drinking legal at 19 in your location? But your brother is the asshole by coming into your room when you have the expectation of privacy at night. Also, it is incredibly creepy. or could be construed as such, for a 19-year-old drunk male to enter the room of a 16-year-old female at night, when she is sleeping. I agree with the others that you and your dad need to have a chat to your brother about his drinking issues. No matter if it is legal, your brother is acting like a 19-year-old, that is, he's not showing any restraint, getting drunk often. At this point, he is quite possibly an alcoholic. Not the arsehole. If your dad doesn't get you a lock for your door, you should buy one yourself. Also, maybe get earplugs, because I'm guessing your brother is going to be pounding on your door at 4 a.m. I'm sorry you're having to deal with this. If your dad won't get you a lock, get a doorstop from Amazon. You do have a right to sleep at home without being woken up at 3-5 a.m. by a drunken idiot. Also, your dad is an asshole for not stopping your brother from calling you horrible names. Get a doorstop and move out when you're 18. Edit for judgment, not the arsehole. I am actually worried. Why is he so upset you want to lock your door so he can't get in when drunk? He isn't remorseful or sorry, but angry you want to do this. Not the arsehole. And I'm willing to bet he's mad because you mentioned getting a lock to your father, and your dad probably laid into him about it again. Not the arsehole. Your brother is abusive, frequently going into your room at night. Drunk is not normal, nor is insulting you over wanting a lock, and I'm a bit disturbed your dad doesn't notice or care much. The shenanigans don't seem to have consequences. Not the arsehole. I'm more of a direct consequences kind of person. You get woken up at 5 a.m. He gets woken up all the time. The lock is a very good idea, and I feel like your dad may have to make a choice on whether your bro continues to live at home. Keep a spray bottle by your bed. When he comes in drunk, spray him. Lol. In what world would you think you're an arsehole for this? Congrats on the karma, I guess, but come on, dude. Not the arsehole. Can you tape him next time so you have proof how obnoxious he is? Also, get a little rubber door wedge too, in addition to the locks and childproof doorknob cover. Take multi-pronged approach. It's your room, the end. Not the arsehole. Do you own Lego? My older brother, as a joke, used to booby-trap the hall between my bedroom and our shared bathroom with Lego. I could walk out of my room diagonal into the bathroom without turning on a light for late-night bathroom use. Scatter Lego around your room floor and bed. He will wake you up stepping on it, but once or twice he will eventually stop going into your room. Drinking is an adult thing. Your brother seems adult enough to live on his own now. Not the arsehole. How in the world does he think he's the one who gets to be upset in this situation? Get that lock. Won't stop him from banging on the door though, so get some noise-cancelling headphones too. You did not overreact. Your brother has a drinking problem. He's trying to punish you for not enabling his C. Not the arsehole. Not the arsehole. I'm sorry, this is creepy. I don't care that it's your brother. Drunk people make bad decisions, and no one drunk should be rolling up on a sleep underaged person. The fact your dad hasn't gotten you a lock before now is right on the line of neglectful, both because this is a really weird, inappropriate situation and because he's waking you up constantly. This is weird. I'm not saying it will happen here, but I have personally seen really, really bad things happen to people in situations like this that I can't talk about here because it might get me muted. Even when the drunk person was family. Not the arsehole. As soon as I started reading this, my first thought was you need a lock on your door, and Viola, you had the same thought. Entirely reasonable response. Don't expect support from your brother on this, but his reaction has nothing to do with you and everything to do with him being confronted with the negative impact of his drinking. People who struggle with overusing, abusing substances like to believe they're in control of their use. He may be wrestling with realizing he's not. He sounds a lot like my brother. Prepare for him to try to break the door when he can't get in. That's what my brother did. Not the arsehole. But if it were me, every time you wake up in the morning after getting woken up by him the night before, I would go and wake him up to remind him of what he did. A lock won't solve your problem if he just ends up banging or yelling at your door, and waking you up anyway. Your brother is not a drinker. He's an alcoholic. He's also a gaslighting abuser. Be cautious. I had a brother like this, only much older when I was a kid. A few times he'd randomly come into my room at night. He'd make weird comments and rambles. I became truly scared when he cornered me twice in the bathroom. Deal with him before it's too late. He's definitely going to hurt you. In some way, shape, or form, I can already see it. Not the arsehole, but a lock won't solve the problem. He will just bang on your door at 5 a.m. Your brother needs help. Not the arsehole. Poke him in the nuts a couple times with one of these and he'll learn to stay away. Opening square bracket. Not the arsehole. You are asking for something completely reasonable. I grew up with an older brother who started drinking very young. He did many awful things to me that he never remembered later. To him, I was making it all up. I was not as nice as you and did not handle it well. I can be quite mean and petty. At one point, he was waking me up to let him in. Our parents locked him out because he was out partying all night every night, through my window. Why my window? He could. He really did not appreciate it when I would go wake him up very early for the next few days. Not the asshole. Your brother needs help and you definitely need a lock. Privacy is a must. You didn't overreact at all. He's gaslighting you by dismissing your very valid feelings and objections. Not the asshole. I am a bit older than you and your brother, 33, but when I was the age of your brother I would not be able to do that a second time with my parents' house. I was allowed to drink and go out until late, just be safe and respectful. What your brother did was just not respectful. Not the asshole. Your brother is selfish and way out of line. If your dad drags his heels about giving you a lock for your door, can you get one of those rubber doorstops? If you wedge it in hard enough it can be as effective as a lock. Not the asshole. Your brother is a drunkard and an abusive one at that. I hope you get your lock and I hope your dad takes some action here. Not the asshole. Tell your dad that if he refuses to get you a lock for your door or doesn't sort out this ongoing situation, you'll be phoning social services and telling them that you are in a situation in which you feel scared of what your drunken brother might do. Or you'll be informing your school about your home life. They will then inform social services on your behalf. He's 19 years old and an adult. You are still a young child that your parents need to look after and provide for. They have the ability to remove your brother for your safety but are refusing to do so. Not the asshole. Why the hell does he care? What purpose does he have for wanting to continually come into your room while you're asleep? I don't want to make him seem bad but this behavior seems a bit suspicious. One time isn't a big deal, but entering your room multiple times while drunk seems like something is wrong and a lock is the right way to ensure this is solved. Start screaming and wake the entire house up. Shit will change fast. One time a friend woke me up with a drunken phone call and I unleashed so much hell no one ever did it again. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You absolutely need a lock, and your parents need to deal with their alcoholic son's issue realistically. The fact this is a constant behavior tells me your brother is dealing with something in his life, and handling it badly. Therapy would be my first instinct. If he pulls the "I'm an adult and can do what I want" bit and refuses to control his behavior, he needs to find somewhere else to live so he can drink to his liver's destruction. Not the asshole. Your brother is a problem drinker. You should have a lock on your door anyway. Not the asshole. But I'm petty, so my advice is to video him doing it next time he is drunk and then barge in his door when he's really hungover and underslept and make shenanigans towards him until he gets pissed off and tell him, "This is what you do to me when you're drunk, see?" And show him the video. Not the asshole. And if your brother is getting that drunk on the regular, he needs to seek treatment for alcohol addiction. Not the asshole. Your brother has a drinking problem and an anger problem, and the two combined with him just randomly coming into your room at all hours could end with you being attacked, beaten, raped, etc. I don't care what a nice guy he is, he isn't. He is coming home blind drunk and coming into your room while you're sleeping. Not your dad's room, not the room of anybody else living in that house, just your room. Also, what if he brings home some drunk friends who think you're hot, and decide they need sex? You are in danger. Get a lock pronto, now, today. Don't explain why to your psycho brother. Protect yourself. P.S. Get a really good lock, and give no one the key or combination. They need to start locking him in his own bedroom for his own good after a certain hour. Starting bad drinking habits when young without consequence can lead to serious health issues in the future.